Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2, which you are now bear witnessing to the expansions, the vast expansions that we have experienced in the last few episodes. Boys, is that a plane coming in right now? The plane is just taking off. Yeah, we got planes in that last episode, guys. They only transport passengers at the moment because my original plan was going to be cargo, and it still is going to be transporting cargo. But at the moment, I feel like we need to build up the industrial areas around here to support the cities, to grow the passenger line before we start distributing the goods between the West Coast and the East Coast. Now, in the last couple of episodes, right, we've not only implemented new ships going to new places, but we've implemented new planes going to new places and new lines. And I feel like we're rapidly expanding here, there, and everywhere, but we're not really fine-tuning what we're currently doing. And that's what I want to do today. I want to try and fine-tune, set up a couple of new routes as well to a lot of the stuff that we've kind of been doing. Because, like, ever since I built all this, I've kind of left it to then build in the Caribbean and over on the West Coast as well. And like stuff like this, I need to reconfigure this train station for the distribution hub because I need to change how some of the trains come in on some platforms because some of them don't make sense. And I also want to kind of also fix this little issue that we had previously over here. I want to try and build an extension for an additional platform. And there's a few little bits that I kind of... I'm not really kind of thinking about it, I'm just kind of doing it, and it's going to kind of kick us in the booty at some point, so we're going to take care of it, boys. We're going to take care of it right now. If you are enjoying the series, please make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. So, this is my game plan, okay? Apart from fixing things today, this is my game plan. We currently have, obviously, food and machines being delivered to a lot of the cities. My idea was going to be bring the food and machines over to the distribution hub, the planes will fly over and also serve the cities on the West Coast. I'm now understanding that that's not going to be possible because my factories and stuff over here are already at like max capacity. I mean, it could produce a bit more if it had a bit more anyway, but we're already at max capacity for all of these. So we're going to hit a limit and then we're not going to be able to kind of use them to feed everywhere. Same with the food as well. The food is coming from over here. Now, have we got this to max yet? Where is it? Where's the factory? Hang on, I'm sitting on the... there we go. That's also maxed out as well. It needs a bit more. That's down to me now configuring. But there's going to be a limit to how much it can produce, and it won't feed all of our cities. So what I'm going to try and eventually do is at some point figure out a way that we can expand this little food factory, this machines factory, and get these two here to feed a couple of the cities on the East Coast, because currently it's coming from over here. We'll then take off these guys, bring it this way as them take over to make these feed somewhere else. And then the same over on the West Coast, we have a steel plant over here. The West Coast is actually quite interesting. We have a steel plant over there, a food factory just there. We have a timber factory just up here. Where is it? Just there. So timber and steel over here can produce the machines here. And look at the cities surrounding them. Same with the food. The cities surrounding them. That's why I don't want to bring it over now, because I now realise how easily connected we can get it. And then what we'll do, any extra on both sides of the United States will then fly them between the distribution hubs to spread them a little bit more evenly. That's kind of the game plan. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I also want to implement the connection of Montreal to Toronto to Detroit coming in here as well, but we'll get there eventually. Anyway, enough jibber jabber right now. So this distribution hub here, right, we have a little bit of issues where some trains have to wait here, there, and everywhere. It's not too bad now. It's when a big bulk of trains come in, then you see the problems. So logistically, right, our trains drive on the right-hand side of the tracks. So as they're coming in, any train coming from this way on the right-hand side, ideally you want them to be on the right-hand side platforms. Same for this side. Now you can see the dark brownish red comes in, then goes to the left to go over to there. Understandable, that's where the passenger line is. But logistically, you want it to go to the right. So any train coming out this way doesn't have to wait for that train to go in, or the train has to wait here for the train on this platform to kind of come out. It doesn't really make much sense. So that's what we're going to try and set up right now, is then even that silver line here goes over to the left, and I don't really want that to happen. So just little bits like that will mean I can then shift more cargo a lot more easier, especially as I'm going to start bulking up a bit more. So we're going to try and do some expansions here. I don't know how well this is going to go, but I'm going to add in 2 additional platforms. So one's cargo and then one will be passenger, because we're going to need passengers coming from both sides eventually. So we'll keep that passenger line there. And then at the minute, our passenger line is coming from this way, so it needs to be on that additional section over there. Now it is going to push us to the limit slightly with how I can now do these connections to lead us to get the trains in and out. It might be a case of, with the shortness that I've got, the short distance to kind of snap them all in, I might have to kind of delete back a little bit to kind of create a little bit of an extension to connect in. Let's just see what the game would suggest that I do here. So if I brought this in, you can't bring it in. I could bring it into there, but is that then too much? Because that would go into there. There's no way in this world that this is fine. There's no way that that is... Go for it, Saniac. There's no way that that is okay. But apparently it is. Apparently it is. And who am I to complain? Who am I to complain? So by that logic, right, I don't need to connect this going out that way, because no train kind of comes in, stops off, and then goes that way. It's either in and then out. And then we have the bypassing route. So I won't connect that one, and I might delete those train tracks over there. We'll just kind of we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So let me just, one thing I do have to do, by the way, is for the passenger side of it, is the miscellaneous. Give them the ability to kind of, you know, go under to get from one platform to the other. Right, okay, forget that for a minute. So now let me just sort this all out. So we need the red line, which is just here, which is this line 6, which there technically is still a few lines I haven't given names just yet, so please leave me alone. And we're in Pittsburgh right now, and we'll go over to here. So as it kind of comes in, the train, it goes, stays on the right, leads over, drops off, and then it comes out and has to crisscross. But the main thing is, as it comes on the right, it's not waiting for anything on the left, because it doesn't have to crosses the line once, not twice. And that's pretty much what we want. So now we need to get that other line over there doing the same as well, which is actually technically this one. So Pittsburgh, it will be line 6? Yeah, it will be line 6. So that's all set up beautifully. And then we need to get that grey line, which will be, it will be our machine route, wouldn't it? Yes. Which the machine route's now just coming in. So let me have a little fast forward on this. Let me just get it back out here. So it's came on the right side, it's crisscrossed over into here, and it's going to go back out. We might as well bring it in this way and then take it back out that way. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, boys. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right, once that's gone, Pittsburgh here, so it will be that line there. So it's on that side. So then I have no need for trains to leave out this way. And then same on this side. So I can reduce the confusion and the kerfuffle ever so slightly. It's a little bit easier to kind of manage. So, with that said then, if the line's coming in on the right, it utilises the right-hand side platforms. If it's coming in on the left, it utilises the left-hand side platforms. And vice versa. And then we have like literally the bypassing route. So here then, we have this one route, which, what's that orange route they're doing? What is that orange route? Is it a food route? Oh, I know what that is. Right, that's this route here. So that's the food coming in. And then that's dropping off the food coming from that direction. Which then means I should have this route here technically going on platform 5. There we go. Ha ha! Because where that train currently is right now, that's technically a right-hand side station. Now, I've got one more space for a left-hand, well, this right-hand side station here anyway, to go on this inner side. That's pretty cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Thus, making it a little bit more efficient. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. So we're not waiting for trains on opposite sides to crisscross. They can all come in a little bit easier. Now, if I apply that same logic over here, not to the same extent, but over here right now, we had that issue one time where a train was backlogged up. Now, foolish of me, what I should have done is extended an additional platform here for the train line picking up the food to take it to the distribution hub, to do so without, you know, creeping up on the routes here that drop the wheat off. So if I configure this then, and we're going to add an extra line. Now that's all I need to do is an extra line. There's nothing additional needed from this. And because I don't really have any other trains doing any other thing coming through here, do I need to have this connection in? The answer's probably no. Because again, it still has to then crisscross with these guys. And it's not great. Also, I'm not sure where that... Oh, that's going up there. I think that's going up there next. I was trying to figure out why is it going back up that way. Right, anyway. Let me pause the game for a minute because this will cause some issues. So, as we don't have the need for this to be technically merged, we can get away with not merging it. And what we'll do on the train tracks right now, we'll bring this around... Oh, did not let me do it? Right, there we go. Bring that to there. Bring... Wait, what happened then? There we go. Bring that to there, and then that to there. As if it's going to run parallel in. Right, and then we'll bring this in like that. And then this could just merge in like this. I only have one train on it at the moment, but, you know, we'll get the two on anyway. Shabam. Wabam. And then the line going in, which will be the food to Pittsburgh, which currently cannot connect. So in Kansas, we make it go into this one. So it moves the food over. So those trains now no longer interact on the same line, thus allowing them to float in and out, never crisscross one another. No issues at this moment in time. So I'll just run it to kind of there to kind of make it look a little bit nicer, but, you know, it is what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. So this factory then doesn't seem to be always getting the amount of food it requires, and that's not really filled up right now. We did implement the ability to kind of have this additional station, which is, it's working out. Don't get me wrong, it is working out, and I'm going to assume there's going to be a train on the way up there at some point. But I still feel like it needs that fourth additional line to kind of cut into about here. Because if I add an additional station on, it's a little bit of a break for the other stations to keep regenning more and producing more wheat onto the platform. So I'll think about it, because at the same time, there's a lot of food here that needs to be shipped. But I'll think about that. We'll come back to it at some point. So this is all working out pretty well then. So any issues over here then? So we still need some more wood. I'm going to assume there's a train. Yeah, there's a train coming with the wood and the steel. Considering what's going on, that number should be pretty even. It's a weird one. Have we got enough wood? We're coming quite low on the wood. Do I have a wood train on the... Oh, a wood train's coming in as well. Okay, fair enough. What about over here? So much ore, not enough coal. But there's a lot on these platforms anyway, isn't there? Yeah, there's quite a lot. Okay, so that's okay for now. It just comes down to when the trains get here. Now, I did kind of dabble with the idea of maybe possibly creating a little loop this way round to make the coal trains come in a little bit quicker. But I suppose as time goes on, I can add more and more trains to it. Now we've made this a little bit more efficient, and we'll be okay. But it's okay for now, because there's so much product waiting on the platform. I'm not going to worry too much about it at the minute. I think we can kind of get away with it, which is all good. Okay, sweet. Sweet. So that's now a bit more efficient. That hopefully is going to be a lot more efficient too. And one is waiting over here, by the way. We've got food from New York, food from Pittsburgh. That's coming from Pittsburgh, so food to New York, Savannah, food to Washington. I'm going to take it that train has just picked up a load. Where is it? How do I get to it again? Sorry. Yeah, oh, okay. It's just completely emptied the platform. So that's now on the way to feed Washington. So how are these cities doing then? So Boston. Residents 400 charts. Okay, it has its little peaks and moments. New York. New York's got to be the biggest city, right? Let me check cities right now. Who is the biggest city? So do it by city size. It is definitely New York, then Miami, then Boston, Washington. Okay, so all of these cities here, apart from Houston, Texas, are cities that we are connected to. And they are the biggest ones. That's pretty cool. And then as you slowly start to come down, these are the latest cities that I've recently connected. So that's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool to see that we are making an impact. Very good, sir. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Okay, then, so. Nice little changes, nice little improvements. One last thing we'll check right now before we start implementing some new lines is some of our... Let me check our current lines and see if I need any improvements here. So balance-wise, the Savannah food route right now is not making much money. Okay, it does make money. We just caught it in an off year. Oh, that year it made lots of money. Okay, we just caught it on an off moment. The line here, which is line... What is that red line? It carries... Oh, that's the new route we created. Okay, that's not going to make much money right now. That's the new route we created from the Charlotte here to bring the people over to there, to send them over to the East Coast. Okay, that's a slow burner. I got to build the cities up on the West Coast, sorry, a bit more. To get more passengers wanting to have the demand. The white line right now, which is... Oh, it's my passenger line! Bring this down a bit. Over here, again, I got to build the cities. Oh, no, it's the passenger line from that train from the airport to Los Angeles. Again, I got to build the cities up a bit more to see a little bit of a change. Okay, I understand why those routes aren't making as much money. The food to Washington, that's only just left, so I'm going to assume it does make money. Again, not great money, that's why we need to up the production slightly. But eventually we'll be switching this over anyway, so there's no stress. And then the people to Miami to the Turks. Never really makes much cash, but I gotta grow. So at least I understand what's going on. At least I understand what's going on. Okay, no problem. So the main reason why the airline and the trains leading the people to the airlines aren't making much money because there's not enough demand just yet, and that's what we need to kind of increase. So with that said, then let's look at trying to increase it. So I think the obvious thing to do first then would be to maybe start slowly building the food line. Now I did say that maybe this is going to be the end, I'm not going to extend the train line going further up, but I can have vehicles bringing food consistently to Fresno food packing. Then I can have a train line that picks up wheat here, drops it off there, picks up the food, and then drops it off at this distribution area to then send it to where it needs to go. But then again, all of these guys will also need the food as well. So that train's going to be quite busy. Plus, it's different wagons for picking up the food and distributing the wheat. So that's something else I've got to be quite careful of. So I could just do it with vehicles. Oh, there's also one over here. I've just spotted this. One there. And I can use a train to pick up the wheat, drop it there. Pick up the wheat, drop it there. Pick up the wheat, drop it there. And if I ever have any other trains that kind of distribute wheat back this way, that train can pick it up from the distribution hub and drop it there. And then we'll have vehicles and take it to where I need to go. It's going to be very, very heavily vehicle related around here. I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie. And I did want to implement ships coming down here too, which I think would be quite a cool thing. Right, okay, so it doesn't matter if they get loads of food. As long as they get some food, these cities, they will slowly start to grow. Let's set this route up then. So, right, I'm gonna get it to take food from both of these. So we're gonna need to build a vehicle truck stop, and this is gonna be quite fun. Now, oh, wrong button. Now this is also gonna be a slow burner in a sense that, yeah, it will make money now. Why can't I rotate? There we go. Yeah, it will make money now, but it will make even more money in the long run when we start to get bigger vehicles. Right, spend some money in flattening. They're not going to love me for this. Well, my accountant won't, but yeah, gonna make those investments, boys. Gonna make those investments. So bring you to there. And we've also got to build we've got to build like a highway network, haven't we? That's gonna be kind of cool. Now, what's interesting is, right, there's all houses here. Okay. What city are these a part of? It says California Strawberries. Oh, that's kind of cool. But like, what city is it a part of? I don't get it. Is it part of Eureka? Is it part of San Francisco? I don't quite get that one. Honestly, don't. So, alright, roads then. Roads. Street constructions. Ooh. Oh, do I have the same like this in track constructions? No, I don't. Oh, man. Okay, so we're going to need to build a highway. And I can build almost like a cloverleaf interchange, which would be pretty cool to see. Where would I create the connection to kind of go into this area? Because it will also be a great connection for San Francisco too. Maybe I could do, you know, multiple stops. I'm building a highway, guys, okay? I'm building a highway. So I'm going to place this one here for the turnoff for San Francisco. And we'll implement this here. And then we'll do a turn off just here. So we'll slightly bend it a little bit. And we'll go just there for the turn off for there. This could be quite fun. So street-wise then, do we even have highways yet? We do. We have a medium highway, which I'm going to assume this is the medium highway. Yes. Okay, so if I slid it on a bend and went the full distance to here, and then brought this up to there. Oh my goodness me, guys, we're creating highways. We're creating highways right now. This is glorious. Absolutely glorious. And then we got to figure out the best way to kind of end the highway run. So, would I want it to kind of continue to go down to these areas? I mean, I don't know just yet. I don't know how far I want to run this. This is all just for my food distribution network. This is what it's going to be all for. I feel like what I should have done here as well is made this go underground. Oh no, you can't make it go underground, can you? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, boys. I'm sure we could figure it out, right? I can make the platforms a bit smaller to make an underground section. But what I can do any street constructions, because I could also, if I'm gonna maybe stick to its, oh, the terrain, boys, the terrain. Right, is that on smoothing? Yeah, I want it on flatten. Right, because I'm gonna build a highway connection on the opposite side here, which would be the connection for Fresno. There we go. There we go. The game is froze. The game is froze. Right, that's going to be pretty sweet. That's going to be pretty sweet. I could do another connection just there. How many connections could we get away with? Should I maybe done the connection here? No, because we can come off there and they can drive there and back this way and then on the highway. Because that highway is going to be like super speedy. And then, is it worth having said connection down here? I don't know what the benefit's going to be from bringing vehicles all this way. I don't think so just yet, because I don't have a reason at the moment. So for now, we'll kind of hold out. But this is pretty cool that I'm building a highway. I'm over the moon with this. So if I went down to here and then ran this up as well, that I love the fact that it runs together. I really love the fact that it does that. Okay, so this is now a highway. So street construction. Roundabout would be the obvious thing to kind of connect it to. For the traffic management. So if I go a 20 size roundabout, what are we saying on that? I think so. But then the problem is how it connects and runs to here. We'll go for a 15. 15 size roundabout, and I'll bring it just to there. So street connections in. Could not be possible. What do you mean? Oh, there we go. Sweet. And now we're just to normal roads at this point then. So a large country road. Alright, get the bend off now. Alright, we'll go for this one instead. There we go. And then we'll just bring this like that. And it connects up perfectly fine, right? Yes. Yes, it does. So street connections again. We'll do some larger roundabouts on this one. We'll go 25. Just there. And we'll do one just there as well. Because you never know how we want to connect off it. That's the main thing. You just never know. So we'll go to here. To there. It's like playing City Skylines, this is. It is just like playing City Skylines. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. So now we have our little turn off point, so we can kind of get them all connected up. But the question is, how do I end the run here? Or am I going to continue to go up? I don't feel like I need to continue to go up. You know, I could just end it with a roundabout. So having this come into, for example, here. And that will be the connection. So if I obviously went this way and went just there. Bam, bam. And then this road connects down to here. And then this road connects down to there. And then we just have, I mean, at this moment in time, it's just like a country road style almost. Like this. Because I don't expect there to be too much drama going on. But we should start seeing vehicles spawn around here now and then utilize the highway. Because they can connect up to Fresno. Oh, this is exciting, guys. I ain't going to lie. This is quite exciting. Right, okay, so. Delete back to here for a minute. And then we'll use these medium country roads. And we'll go straight just there. We'll do a little bit of a bend. And then we'll try and get these to follow the nooks and crannies. I want to get it to go through here, through there, and then up. And then... Okay, I think we're hitting the water slightly there, aren't we? I can get 2 tunnels out of that, which is pretty cool. And then we'll just lead this straight into there. So we have our little connection just like that. And then we kind of want a similar connection just here. So, nice tunnel. Simple stuff. Guys, I have a highway. This is amazing. This is amazing right now. What is the name of the highway that actually runs through this area? Is it the I-45? I want to say that's what it is. I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, that's what I've got stuck in my head. Yeah, for some reason, that's what I got stuck in my head right now. So we're going to create 3 vehicle routes then that distribute the wheat directly to this factory. That's what we're going to do right now. So we need one more depot just here. There we go. Now I could set it up where one route does all 3. But I don't know whether that's going to be a little bit overkill. Because it would take ages. But then again, I could have many, many, many vehicles on it. Couldn't I? So it'll be there. Oh, hang on, I don't have a drop-off point. Truck and load stop. That's what I want. Oh, and that's going to be something else as well. Actually, if I put it there, they'll drive up and then round and down. Yeah, perfect. There, and then there, and then there, and then there, and then there. Is this a good idea? I truly don't know. I truly do not know at this moment in time. We shall see. We shall see. Any vehicles using my my highways yet? Oh, did I just see a vehicle? Oh snap! There is. And a little Volkswagen camper. Oh, that's a view. Right. They're going to turn off here right now, which that is... I mean, I didn't build this, guys. This is what the game suggested. They turn off here. Up the big ramp. Oh, damn, that's a big ramp. This is every City Skylines starter city, isn't it? This interchange. Right, okay, so let's get a road depot down. There we go, and I'll just build it here. Yeah, we'll go with there. And then, what vehicles can we buy for this then? So, cargo. Oh, hello. 25 cargo capacity. Yes, please. Right, I'm going to spend some money here, guys, because this is a very, very large and vast route. I'm going to go for 30. 18 million. Which that is line 7. This is a very, very large and vast route. So, quick little fast forward. So I will have to kind of configure all of this right now for the cargo. And I reckon I'm going to have to change some of the platforms as well so they're driving on the correct side. So I don't know what the correct side is going to be just yet, so I'll just quickly build all of this on both sides. Oh my good god, this is amazing. I never once thought about doing a highway system for vehicles. I always kind of discount vehicles, because I always choose trains or boats or ships, planes, whatever you want to call them, because of the sheer cargo capacity. But obviously I'm forced to use vehicles in this kind of situation. So having the ability to build something like this is absolutely amazing. So this is the issue here that we got to sort out. Well, it's good, right, if they're not coming out of the depot area. That's where it's good. So annoyingly, I've got to kind of now configure it. A bit longer, just for them to get the vehicles in and out. This is definitely a bad idea, wasn't it? How many more? Oh my goodness me! How many more is there, guys? How many more is there right now? This is a bad idea, setting so many to go out. But they seem to be slowly doing. I mean, I could add an extra exit entry. But they seem. I mean, this is quite good though, because this issue I've got right now is making vehicles go out every so often, which will then nicely evenly distribute the vehicles on the route. Oh snap! They're actually getting over here quite quick. Well, that one's fine, and that one's okay. The routes are completely fine. Okay, maybe this highway is not as long as I thought it was, or maybe just because it's a highway, the speed that they can travel is amazing. Maybe 30 vehicles is too much. We shall see. But anyway, they're starting to get some goods. They can't really do anything about the goods just yet, which is maybe why I should then switch up some type of a distribution. I mean, that connects to that, so the goods can get straight onto there, but Fresno won't have the ability to grow just yet. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet right now. We're just kind of getting this route, you know, all up and running. So when I start seeing vehicles go up to Eureka right now, I know they're almost completing a loop. And then the vehicles should be heavily more distributed. And what we'll do as well, when we set up the vehicle depot, we'll make, as they come from each side, run into a different area. Actually, we'll do that now, because that will be quite important. So, hang on, vehicle section, truck stop. So if I built this here, for example, right? Actually, delete that. Let's do that again. Because I just realised, platform right, 3. Well, you need 2, 2. Right, we'll do it like that to begin with. Length 30. Okay, it's not really much of a of an expansion or growth. So if I configure this, so we do a decent size to get multiple vehicles coming in. Very good, very good. And then on that run, so it's called Franklin Street. So Franklin Street, I'm gonna. Oh, we're gonna have to delete all this, aren't we? Right, delete all this. So the Fresno sitting over there, add station, it's gonna go there instead. Then to here, then to there, then to here, and then to there. Okay? So we make it on each one of these Fresno CA transfers. The first one goes into... Do I do number 1? Or do I do number 4? Let's make it do number 4. And Fresno transfer here, we'll do number 3. And then Fresno transfer there, we do number 2. So each one they're coming in on, they're going to a different kind of stop. So it means we could potentially unload 3 vehicles at once. You know what I mean? So depending on which way they're coming from, granted some of them are going to be coming from the same way, but once they're more evenly distributed, you'll then see it all, you know, kind of take place. So we'll actually configure this a little bit longer. Just for those moments where I don't know how the vehicles being as long as they are as well. So that should really ease the burden of the traffic coming into the area. So we'll just give that a little bit of time right now. It is connected over to here, isn't it? Yeah. So once more time is circulated, these should be producing even more and more and more once the shipment has truly kind of reached its 100%. And we still are yet to have any vehicles make their way down to Eureka right now, because we currently have loads of wheat available. So I think me deleting the route has kind of reset them to redo it all over again. So I just want to see a vehicle utilize both sides. So once I see that, I'll be pretty happy. I think I've got way too many vehicles on this route. I'll see what happens when it's fully maxed out. But I just have that feeling I've done too many vehicles. There we go. One's on the left, one's on the right. Unloading 2 at once. And then when we get the third one as well, it'll be absolutely glorious. Right, okay. No dramas, no stress, he says. He says. And we're just waiting now for vehicles to pick up the goods from over there. And then we're all good. So shipments slowly happening right now. It will slowly increase. These vehicles can carry a lot as well. So it might be some time before we start seeing profits. But at least this is all getting set up. Which is what I'm happy about. Does that reach the train station? It does. So if I bought machines in here and dropped them off there, it would then go to over there, and I can use vehicles to distribute the goods to San Francisco and Eureka themselves. Oh, there we go. There's our first vehicle coming up here. So this will be interesting to see how the cities grow. Now, the cities should naturally grow because there's a connection, a road connection. So charts. So industrial goes slightly up. Well, it has been going slightly up anyway. Fresno anyway. Charts increasing. Very good. Eureka. I don't know how this one's going to work. I think it's Eureka, that little extension over there. It needs a road to connect it all up. But now they're going up to here. We are slightly now more distributed evenly. So this is good then. So these should eventually get like a regular amount of product being delivered. So we'll come back to this. We'll ultimately just come back to this right now. There's a lot of people now in Fresno wanting to go onto the train because they can come from San Francisco all over Eureka down here right now to get connected. So that gives them more of a reason to be here. Right, okay. So we've got a machine section over here, which will need wood. which we can bring the wood from over here. Oh, we've got a machine section up there too. Oh, snap. Oh, it's Boeing. Okay, so if I was to... Holy moly, okay. So, wood is very easy, but it needs steel. Steel would come from... Where's my steel plants? The ones that I have now available. Product... No, shipment is what I'm after, isn't it? No, is it requirements? Shipment. So I have Pittsburgh. Oh, okay. US Steel, which is here. Ah, which is actually quite close to there. So if I was to bring... Where would I bring it from? Oh, there's one over here as well. Oh, we knew about that one, but I didn't realise there was one over here. Which, saying that, with the amount of goods that these have here right now, I can have coal coming from there to over there. The amount of ore that's over there, I could also utilise these. Same as well, bringing the goods to over here, to US Steel. Thus making more steel. These guys could produce steel with the amount of iron ore and coal within the area. I'm going to have an abundance of steel. Right, so what I should do in reality is, because I can get this to produce steel, this should then bring the steel to the airport to then ship it over to this airport to then bring it to here to produce machines. Then I'll get this one to bring the steel over to here to produce more machines. And then we'll get the wood over there to him as well. Is there any wood anywhere else? I don't think there's going to be wood anywhere around here because of the type of terrain that it is. But I can... Oh, there's some wood over there. I can quite easily get wood shipped over here. So that won't be a problem, because these guys have an abundance of wood as well. So, not a problem. It's just I've got to get it sawed into the sawmill. Oh my god. It's like a light bulb has just been switched on in my brain. This is amazing. So, this is now getting consistent food, which is perfect. So, at some point, we're going to be ready to start shipping it to the individual cities. So, what I could do then is set up a little train that just does that. The only issue would be, right, Fresno, LA, San Diego, Las Vegas might not get as much as they would require, but I can do a train going to these, which is not an issue. Can it bring any wheat back? Oh no, it's a different kind of cargo as well, isn't it? Oh man. Right, okay, so, new route, which will be here. To there. So this is the issue I've got right now. So pick it up, drop it off, come back to pick it up, to then drop it off, to then come back to pick it up, to drop it off. I could do that with one route, but I reckon I want it to be quite even. So I've got an idea. Okay, so it goes back and forth to each one, but every time it comes to Fresno, first things first, we'll make sure it's on the other platform. So for this reason only, I know it's going against what I've done originally, for that reason only, it's separate from the passenger line. So each of the Fresno one right now will be station or platform 2. There we go. And as it comes into our distribution hub here, so Los Angeles, this one here, we'll make it go into number 1. Stays on that right side. And when it goes in for the second time, oh no, it uses the bypassing routes then, doesn't it? So over on here, when it comes into Phoenix, Arizona, it's currently on 2. But in reality, we want it on number 1. So it doesn't impede the train on the opposite side. And then on here, yeah, we'll keep it on that one, keep it separate. So some you're going to get crisscross, some you don't, but that's as efficient as we can, where it doesn't slow down the passenger route as much. Okay, what was I saying? To make this as fair as I possibly can, we'll make it where every time it gets to Fresno, it has to be a full load. There's no ifs, no buts, there's no donuts. It needs to be a full load every time it gets to Fresno. So that the reason for that is, Every time it distributes to one of these, it's a complete full load, which makes it so much easier and more fairer to get the goods. The only downside is that when it brings the food to LA, this section here, it's got to split the full load between 3 cities. But then the difference is there, I'm going to bring more food in from somewhere else to here. That will distribute between the 3 cities. So we'll eventually even that out. At the moment it won't be even, but we'll eventually even it out. Now we're going to make sure that it only does food. So pick up food in Fresno. Pick up food in Fresno. Because sometimes all of a sudden it starts picking up something that you didn't want it to do. Well, that's Hermanos finger, isn't it? There we go. Did I do that right? Yeah. So Fresno, only load food. There we go. Then these cities, all New Plains. Unload food. Unload food. Now, as of right now, it makes no sense to unload any food in this distribution hub here around LA, Las Vegas, and San Diego. Because there's just no reason, there's no need to do it. We don't have the route to distribute the food to it, because this doesn't reach anywhere. So we now have to quickly create a truck stop on both sides. So we'll do 30 meter, no, 0, no, 1, 1. Yes, there we go. On both sides here. So 1 there, and we'll do 1 there. And new line. So we technically have 1 line that runs through all of this. And, oh, I've got to do then truck stops, don't I? So this is going to be bringing food in, is what I need to remember. And the food is mainly over this side of the city. Ideally, I would want it to start building up around this area. So if I flattened it all, and then smoothened it all out. And hopefully they'll start building around here. So I'll put the truck stop off area just there. And then with a little street, we'll do a connection here. Go into there. And that stop off there will be a great point to dropping off the goods. So then in San Diego, I'll just do a stop just there's going to be fine, isn't it? Yeah. That's reasonable for those guys. In Las Vegas, we'll do a stop just here. So back to my routes then. Click to add new station. So here to there, back to here, down to there. Simple. Absolutely simple. We'll have no issues with running that line. Another new line. So from here to there, and that's simply it. So I'm going to add the vehicles on these routes now. It's completely like quite it is going to get quite confusing trying to do all this. So we'll do 2 vehicles. No, we'll do 3 vehicles for the LA San Diego run because of the distance that they've got to drive, which will be line 9, and I'll only do 1 for the Las Vegas route again because of the distance it has to drive, which is line 10. So that would absolutely do nothing as of right now because, like I said, we don't have the food being delivered directly down. So we've got enough food coming in right now that we should start to utilize it to create the food from the wheat. So we'll do train. Now I'm going to go diesel again. Alright, I know you guys don't like me doing diesel, but I've set the whole train tracks up to eventually start accepting electric. I could go electric, but I'm not going to do it just yet. So utilize this train. Cargo capacity. We need to carry the food, which is the box car. And we'll only go for a... Oh, no, I won't go 180. That seems a bit too much. We'll go 144 for the capacity. And then see how it goes. Because you've got to think logically, right, what I've actually done. I've got one food factory now technically hooked up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cities. It's about to be number 6, 7, and 8. It's slightly a bit overkill, isn't it, for what this is going on. Right, that should start producing shortly anyway. But it's going to have a regular supply of food coming in. How filled up are these right now? Shipment still needs to increase. It's the same over there as well, which it will get there. That train's now coming out. So it's obviously going to run the wrong way round to begin with until it can kind of get over here to pick up some food. I'm just waiting for this to start producing food. The shipment's slowly increasing. That's a flashing. I've just got to wait for it to start producing. We've just got to wait. Oh, there we go. We got 3 on the platform. Okay, that's now starting to produce. That's great. But remember, it waits for a full load every time. It waits for a full load every time. Sad thing is, Fresno's getting no food. He really isn't getting any food. But again, I'll wait until it's a bit more bulky. So food's distributing evenly between all the platforms, which is good for us. Because it's not a case it fills up completely for LA, then has to wait to completely fill up right now. So this has to now just wait. I think there is like a delay on it. After like so long, it will then choose to forget it all and just go. It could be a case that maybe this train is going to be a little bit too big for what I want. So manage the vehicle, we'll edit it. It's a bit too big at the minute because I have to also wait for... We'll do 36 and modify. I've also got to get the shipment numbers up and the transport numbers up before it progresses to the next stage to produce more goods. And it won't do that as quick if the train's huge. So keep it nice and small first. Should have no problem with filling this up. And then give it a couple of circulations to go around. Alright, hopefully that's what's going to happen. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. How is the food over here then? So we've got lots of goods. It's got lots of food waiting here. So it might now be a good idea to fly some food in. If that's the case, then what if I don't get this food factory to drop off the goods for LA, San Diego, Las Vegas? Oh, but then again, I was going to utilize, because there's a farm just here that I could utilize to do that instead. Yeah, and there's a lot of food on these platforms. I need to bulk the trains up for these lines, don't I? I really do. But at the same time, they're going to distribute food to all these other cities. It's quite hilarious and annoying all at the same time. Right, we're going to add a second train on this line. Is that the food train? No. Where's the food train? There we go. So this Pittsburgh line, manage vehicles. And all I'm going to do right now is just duplicate it. Get a second one on the go. Apparently the condition's very good, and this one's bad. But a second train on the go right now would be a big help. Now, where's it coming from, that train? Is that it? Oh, yes, it is. So that'll be a lot more food coming to the distribution hub, which give me another reason for increasing the shipment coming in. There's a food train coming in right now. So to each one, not bad, not bad. And that additional train's going to be a massive help. Or is this the food train? Oh no, this is the empty one. Yeah. Oh, this is going to ship so much food. Oh my god, this is going to ship so much food. But we just got to give it all time. Oh, that train's now gone, by the way. Where is it? Is this it? No, that's the people. Oh no, it's coming in here for the first time. So for the first time, then it drops off a few foods, which gets distributed to both platforms. So for the first time ever, Los Angeles and San Diego, we're going to get a little bit of food. Interesting. There's plenty of food now to pick up straight away to go back again. So just got to wait for those transport numbers to kind of continually go up. There's the train right now. So this should fill up straight away. Oh no, it's still waiting. So this is now going to go to Phoenix. But by the time it comes back and goes to Hermosillo, it's going to have enough. Same for LA as well. So food's being distributed over here then, which is great to see. This is the first time the food's coming in right now. It's got a truck with 20 on board. And we should see the food supply slightly increase. There we go. So hopefully it grows a little bit of Las Vegas. The supply came in for LA right now. It's not consistent enough just yet. But we'll eventually get there, guys. We will eventually get there. It's a slow progression. Very, 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 very slow progression. I could drive the food in. That's how close it is. And it's probably what I might switch over to do. That train is now skadoodling all the way down with the passengers on board. Here comes the food train, so there is a limit to how long it will wait before it goes, you know what, we ain't getting the full load anytime soon. Let's just go. So that should increase the transport in just a moment as that train comes in. So here it is. Bam, and the transport numbers go up. Once that levels up one more time, the building will level up too. So this is just what we got to do. This is not the final form. This is not the final thing, guys. You know, there's a lot more tweaking I'm going to get involved. I'm just trying to get these factories leveled up. Because normally you'll only deliver it to one city. And then by the time you deliver it to another city, it's leveled up 1 or 2 levels. But I'm trying to do the opposite right now. I'm trying to level it up to distribute to all these cities at once. Which is going to be quite tasty. There's starting to become a lot more passengers now waiting for the train too. Which is quite exciting. So... oh no, that's the train to the airport, isn't it? Yeah. So this is going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see how this now progresses. And we've got this nice, evenly distributed system of vehicles coming in. So is this route making money? So this line right now, finances? Not quite. I still feel like we're not getting full loads every time. We still got to get them shipment numbers all the way up. But is it easier to create individual lines or multiple lines or one line? You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see how things go. But great progression already. Great progression. I got 1.1 billion in the bank. In terms of the chart numbers right now, we've been making consistent money. We haven't really done anything this episode to warrant a huge spark in revenue. We've just kind of fine-tuned where we can. Now, this should be another train here bringing in some... oh, that's machines. We should have the food trains on the way soon anyway. Where are they? One's coming out, one's just going in. So more shipment on the go right now. They're going to struggle to keep producing. They really are going to struggle to keep producing the goods at this point. So it could be literally a case of I need to feed more food in here. When's the next train arriving? It's coming in just now. Either feed more food or get more farms. One or the other. Until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.